Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a story that will send chills down your spine. This is the tale of one of the most notorious and mysterious serial killers in American history, the Zodiac Killer. The terror he unleashed in the late 1960s and early 1970s left a trail of blood, fear, and unsolved mystery that still haunts us to this day. The Zodiac Killer wasn't just a murderer, he was a sadistic force of nature, driven by an insatiable need for control and fear. His first confirmed victims, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, were shot point-blank on a quiet road in 1968. They had no chance to defend themselves, no warning that their lives would be cut short by a cold-blooded killer. That was just the beginning. In 1969, the Zodiac struck again, this time with Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau. Shot while sitting in a parked car, Ferrin didn't survive. Mageau miraculously did, but the horror didn't end there. The Zodiac's next attack was even more chilling. He approached a couple, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Ann Shepard, tied them up, and then stabbed them repeatedly while threatening them with a gun. Once again, the killer disappeared into the night, but the Zodiac wasn't done. No, this killer didn't just want to murder, he wanted to taunt. He wanted to play a twisted game with the police and the public. In 1969, he sent a letter to the San Francisco Chronicle, taking credit for the killings and including a cipher, a puzzle he claimed, if solved, would reveal his identity. His letters were full of taunts, threats, and disturbing messages, like one where he wrote, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." The Zodiac didn't stop there. He sent more ciphers, cryptic puzzles, daring police and the public to solve them, and then, just when they thought they had a clue, he'd send another letter, mocking them for being too slow, for being too weak to catch him. For years, his killings continued, and so did his cryptic messages. Even after he stopped killing in 1974, his letters kept coming. For decades, the Zodiac Killer remained an unresolved mystery, his true identity unknown. And the terror he created? It lingered, festering in the minds of everyone who lived through it. What made him so terrifying wasn't just the murders, it was the psychological manipulation. He wanted people to live in fear, to constantly look over their shoulders wondering if the killer could be walking among them. His ability to elude capture for so long turned him into a legend, a figure of dread. As investigators followed dead-end leads and theories multiplied, the Zodiac Killer only became more elusive. The case grew cold, and yet, the fear and mystery remain. Who was he? How did he get away with it for so long? Was he a ghost, a phantom who could slip through the cracks of society? Or is he still out there watching, waiting? There is no good in the Zodiac Killer's actions, no justification, no reason why he murdered innocent people for his own sick amusement. He preyed on the vulnerable, and he thrived on fear. The Zodiac wasn't just a killer, he was a monster hiding in plain sight. The worst part? We still don't know who he was. After all these years, his identity remains a mystery. The terror he caused, the lives he took, and the unanswered questions he left behind still haunt us today. So, what do you think? Was the Zodiac Killer caught? Is he out there somewhere watching this very video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you think you've solved the mystery, don't be too sure. The Zodiac's game is far from over. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the dark side of true crime, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on more chilling stories. Keep your lights on and always stay aware, because sometimes the past refuses to stay buried.